Yeah, hey, Trashed Crap Podcast, welcome. We
Yes,
got Carrie here next to me, and then in your audio ears as well, and
yes.
then
Hopefully you can
me.
hear us in stereo this time.
Yes, and I'm Dave, the NC Picker, NC Flipper, NC Builder, NC YouTuber,
Yep.
etc., etc.
And also Just Dave, which is a really good vlog channel that you've been doing for a little while. Just Dave.
Dave, yeah, just
Just Dave.
Dave. Carrie, I totally just stole your content today. Did you see that?
Um, was it the one where you bought that made that terrible decision on pans, or which one was it?
No,
I think I saw it, but I forgot what it was.
yeah, I mean, dude, it was like 40 minutes ago. So if you saw it within the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, I haven't been on TikTok other than
Okay.
to
Okay.
upload my TikTok for the day like 2 minutes before this started because I didn't have time
Gotcha.
earlier.
Yeah, now it's going to flop because you're not looking at it every 5 seconds.
I think that's a myth. I think it's
They
a myth.
only succeed if you yourself watch them.
You have to watch. That's how you get those views up,
Yeah.
man. That's how
Yeah.
I get 100K views. Is I
Yeah,
just
did
got
I
it
show
on
you?
repeat.
I know, this is an audio podcast, but look at this cool guy.
That's one of the dudes from the animated Mighty
Animated
Ducks,
Mighty
dude.
Ducks action figure. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, no, I took your crazing video. You know, your
Yes.
yeah, and I just like I stitched it. But sadly, you like lollygag for the first 12 seconds of that video,
Hmm.
and you can only stitch like the first 8 seconds or something. So it didn't actually get to the
Well,
crazing
here's
part.
the funny thing about having 13 million views. I think the
Mhm.
people spoke. They loved it. They
I'm,
loved it, man.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's hard to stitch. That's
I
all I'm
didn't make
saying.
it for. Didn't make it for. That was too brilliant of an idea that I wanted. I didn't want anybody to stitch or duet that. That's
Well, and
just
so
too
I guess what I'm
unique.
saying is when you're designing content, I want you to keep in mind how I can best reuse it for my own gain.
That's like the thing with like TikTok that I've never been any good at. I've never
Yeah.
been one to get a lot of duets or stitches unless they just want to say how terrible I am. You
Yeah.
probably get those too. Just like, look at this dude, what a loser.
No, no one hates me that much yet. Maybe they do. I have to admit something. I haven't really been looking at TikTok comments anymore.
It's probably best just to zone most of them out.
I like kind of gave up on them. I mean, guys, listen, comment on my TikToks because it's good for my channel, but I probably won't read it because there's way too many haters.
It's aggressive. I was just reading something and I deleted both these comments because I don't need that kind of negativity in my world. But somebody was like, I just remembered something about being a loser. I do remember that. It was like I was a loser. I'm the reason why thrift store prices are going up. And this is what you're going to hear all the time as a YouTube,
Mm,
Instagram, any kind of resellers is the thrift store prices are going up because of resellers and that. Just
yeah.
honestly, it just isn't the case. It
No.
may be a small factor in giving people thoughts occasionally, but the real reason is people see eBay prices. People know, people
Yep.
look. It's very obvious and easy to find out what stuff goes for.
Hmm.
And then thrift stores will oftentimes think they're eBay when they're in fact just a little thrift store in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina, and they have, you know, 70 people coming in all day instead of, having millions of people potentially look at their stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
So
Information is free, and more people are learning how to get said information, and therefore prices are going to go up. I mean, that's
but
just
in
the way
this
it
day and
is.
age, the ability to interpret information is key. And that's a big thing with reselling is, okay, you have the information at your fingertips that wasn't available 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, whatever. But how do you use it? What does it
Yeah.
mean? How do you extrapolate what you need from that? And that's the
Ooh,
trick.
word of the
Extrapolate, dude.
day.
Extrapolate. Just put that above, between, below.
Extrapolate.
Just cover your face with extrapolate.
I like it. Yeah,
Post. Do it in post.
we're gonna edit that part for sure.
Edit that part.
Yeah. So I have family in town. I have 16 people in the house,
Oh my
and
gosh.
therefore I am overwhelmed.
We are so different when it comes to that because you were sending
Yeah.
me pictures of your Christmas setup earlier, and I don't
Yeah.
even do a Christmas setup.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
basically
listen, 'tis the season to be jolly. Wait, no, actually, 'tis the season to be merry. Hey, that's my name. Name that movie.
uh, I'm gonna guess Reservoir Dogs.
I bet you a viewer got it. Go ahead, viewer or listener who got
Listener,
it. Comment on the video on YouTube and let me know what movie that's from.
there's
And
two
I'm going to
dozen of you.
spoil
One
it.
of you should know.
Yes, one of you should know, and I'm going to spoil it now. But I still want you to come and comment and say, I knew. It's from Christmas Vacation.
See, I never. The ones I grew up watching, and I'm not, you sent me the big Bah Humpka bug thing, but that's not me. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't really need any things because I don't have any kids or anything. But the one movie that I grew up watching, it was called like Rudolph, I think is what it was called. It was
Yeah.
about Rudolph the Red. Do you remember
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
from like
yeah.
the 70s, 80s?
Yeah, like claymation kind of.
I don't know. No, not the claymation one. I think it
Okay.
was like an 80s live action one, and like they were
Oh,
in
really?
I don't remember. It was really. I
Huh.
think it was called Rudolph. If anybody
I
knows,
don't know
let me
that
know.
one.
But one thing I do want this year, and I've wanted for years, is a fiber optic mini Christmas tree.
Like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, but they like sit and it'll change colors. Like the
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have to.
Those are fun.
I love those.
Yeah.
When I went on my Mormon mission in Veracruz, Mexico, we had one of those, and that was like all we could fit in our little apartment. So ever since then, I've loved those. I have no idea why. So I've got to go buy one, but they're like $30, and that's a lot of money. I don't want to waste.
That just reminded me.
Rather spend that on whatnot.
I've had such a busy week that like I don't know. I just haven't really been thinking too much about you or this show. I mean, you're just gonna have to get over that.
That hurts. That hurts.
But
I kind of got the drift yesterday.
Dawn did kind of troll you a little bit. I don't know if you knew this, but she's been sending me pictures of young Carrie like all week.
Seriously?
Yes. There's like one of you sleeping at a laptop. There's one of you like hugging a Big Hero 6.
Yeah. I've been selling those for years, dude.
Yeah. There's one of you just butt naked. That one was weird. I don't know why she sent me that one.
I don't know why she shared that, but
But I couldn't see you. You were wearing like a diaper, and then you were like kind of turning your head and like biting your thumb. It was a weird.
I went through I was trying to get into modeling, and it didn't quite work out.
What was that? That's from a movie which you haven't seen. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah,
there's like yeah. Anyways, dude, this guy. Speaking of, have you seen Ghostbusters?
Not yet, dude.
Okay,
we were gonna go see it this weekend, but we've been busy
That's fine because I'm seeing it tomorrow, so we'll have to see it this week.
I would have just spoiled it for you. I've heard it's really good. I've heard a lot of great reviews.
Okay, like people reviews or critic reviews? Because critics are useless.
Yeah, people.
Okay, good.
Humans.
Because I go to like Rotten Tomatoes, and they have the critic score and then the people score.
Yeah.
If the critic score is high, I don't see it. If the audience score is high, I do see it.
The critics are always like the sound mechanisms were impure and unbalanced.
They're so pretentious. I don't know what any of that means. There was no sub undertones about the state of the universe and blah blah blah. I'm like, what?
They went a little bit too Leninist in this part. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's freaking Cloudy with a Chance.
I go to look at the audience review. This was fun. Okay, cool. I like fun.
I ate popcorn. Had a good time. Yay!
Yay! I want to do that. Hey, so my wife showed me. I know you sell. So Carrie likes to buy. I'm gonna take off one of these headphones. Carrie likes to buy the popcorn tins, the metal popcorn tins at the movie theater.
True.
I also have a bit of a vice in that regard, where I'm frequently buying the fancy, expensive popcorn tin. And my wife showed me a picture, and I don't know what theaters this is at, but there is actually a popcorn holder for at least the theater her sister went and saw the movie in that is shaped like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's brilliant.
And this person had a cup, like a large soda cup, and on top of the lid was Slimer, like a little action figure Slimer attached.
That's awesome.
If they have that at my theater, I am buying it.
Well, the difference between me and you is I am posting it mid movie.
On Whatnot?
Yeah, on Whatnot. I'm going to do the live auction on Whatnot.
Hey guys, I'm in Ghostbusters, but let's start the auction at $1.
I would, man. I would, dude. You're doing another Whatnot auction, right, on Tuesday?
I'm doing an auction on Tuesday, and I'm gonna put some straight fire hats in there, Carrie. People are gonna get some steals.
Dude, I'm gonna buy so many dollar hats on Tuesday, dude.
Because I have like what I think are some really good hats, and I'm just throwing them in there. I don't even care.
I just want to see how much I can get all your hats for, and then just the next week do another hat auction.
Dude, I don't even care. I just like, I even am gonna do the ones I have listed on eBay, probably.
I just took out my whole inventory because they were sitting forever, and I got tired of dealing with them.
I've had them sitting since like March on eBay, and like I didn't know how to comp hats at the time, so I just listed them all for like $25, and some of those aren't that great. Yeah,
it seems to be like a pattern with you.
Yeah.
What were you thinking with those pans? I have no idea why you thought that was a good idea.
Oh, those. Listen, okay, so first of all, that was a repost. I posted that video like 3 months, 2 months ago on TikTok, or a month ago, I don't know, and it got like 800,000 views that first time. But I reposted it. Every now and then, it's okay to repost some videos. I've decided because I just don't have time to make 4 videos a day.
Just do one some days, dude. Just some days
Yeah.
do one.
Anyways, but those pans, I don't know. I'll tell you. So I had a terrible day sourcing that. Like the yard sales were just terrible, all of them.
Yeah.
That was the last sale day. It was 12 in the afternoon. Well, in the morning. It's 12 in the morning or the afternoon? I guess the afternoon at that point. So it was like the last yard sale. I had bought nothing the whole day, and I saw those pans. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna buy them all. I didn't comp them. I didn't do anything. I just was like, I don't know. And her price was so high on them that I was, and they felt nicer than any pan I'd ever bought. Mind you, I buy mine at Dollar General. So
These are Dollar Tree pans, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I think it's the other way. I think Dollar Tree's the cheap one. Dollar General's the expensive one. So
I think it's all. Wait, I don't even know. There's a Dollar Tree's the one where everything's actually all $1, though. I believe.
yes, yeah, and then Dollar General, you can have some higher price stuff. So
Dollar Tree, or Dollar General, they're throwing in $3 items like we're made of money.
yeah.
Chill out, guys.
Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. That was a terrible buy. But I actually found a sealed VHS yesterday at a yard sale.
Congratulations.
I know.
Which one?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Is it worth anything?
Yeah, $8.
I found two recently. I found
Okay.
I found Born on the 4th of July, which I thought would be good, 1990 Tom Cruise, and it's worth about that. About $6, $7, $8 plus shipping, 10 shipped or so. And then I just came across another one that I forgot I had, Goodwill Hunting, sealed. And that's worth about the same, about 10 shipped.
Did you try
But I get 'em for a
sprinkling?
buck, so.
Hold on. Did you try sprinkling Commonwealth Flipper Magic Fairy Dust on it to make it worth
I have an
$1,000?
Inaman, and let me tell you straight up, that Inaman's completely useless.
He's not making it worth $1,000.
He isn't.
Dude, what the heck? Do you think so what do you think he's laundering the money for?
He's just investing in better resellers.
One of these days I'm going to find something that's worth money, but as of right now, my VHS hunting, oh dude, I was close. This had to be worth money. I went to a sale. The same sale that I got the sealed Fiddler on the Roof. They had what looked to be a sealed 3-pack of the Indiana Jones movies on VHS.
Yeah, maybe. I have no idea on that one. That's like the right
either.
kind of thing. It's got to be like an iconic kind of pop culture-y 80s, early 90s thing. That's what's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
So like Ghostbusters on VHS would have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones. I'm not sure about the 3-pack. Probably. It's got to be something that just... like we've talked about, fried green tomatoes. It's got to be something that everybody loves.
No, what? What? Fried green tomatoes isn't pop culture.
It's got to be Ghost Dad.
Ghost
Dad. They were going through a big string of
Monster
Ghost.
House.
First there was Ghost, which scared the hell out of me as a kid. Ghost, when those demons took the guy. Do you remember that movie?
No.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Trust me.
No one knows. Oh yeah, dude, look at this. So they've got the 3-pack. Wait, what? Listed for $12,500.
Is it OBO, or are they just going to hold strong at that very aggressive price?
No, it's OBO. No, wait. Okay, actually, no. That's just Raiders of the Lost Ark sealed. Oh, this is such a bubble.
It makes absolutely no sense. It makes 0 sense. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
Could you have imagined? Because you've been doing
insane.
this as long as me, if not longer. I would never have thought that VHS would have gone through this ever.
It's not even a good
sense.
form of media. It doesn't last that long.
Yeah, all that stuff probably. I don't think people. If somebody pays Kevin $1,700 for Willow and then just opens it to watch, it's over. It's over. Reselling's dead.
No, and see, that's the thing is it's not a very reliable media type. There's a strong chance that Willow doesn't even work if you did open it. So it's like. Listen, I get it. People are doing it. People are paying the money, but it's not a good investment long term. You don't want to hold this. It's not gold. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Just hold. It's not Bitcoin. It's not going to...
No. But anyways, why are we talking about VHS again?
I have no
just
idea,
to make
dude.
Kevin mad? There's something
just basically
to
to bug Kevin.
Yeah, we do like bugging Kevin with it. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, when Kevin finally listens to one of our podcasts in 6 or 7 years, he's
our podcast is dead. Did you notice our podcast died? It's just dead. No one
Yeah,
watched this episode.
it kind of like the first couple days, and then
We
I
can
don't know
talk
what it's
about
like
whatever
for you.
now,
You
I
just
guess.
keep going up on all your videos. My videos always die after a day or two, so I don't know. It's normal.
No. They always die after a day or two. I'm saying, like, podcast episode 5 was very unpopular. I must not have done a good job naming it. I mean, I probably should have named it something along the lines of the exercise pole episode.
Yeah, that would have probably worked better.
Yeah.
People that was something that people talked about. Also, like, we just got to say something aggressive at some point. Just pay attention to things that we say, like I don't even know what, like, it's got to be super aggressive, though. It's got to be like, you know what? I don't like Napster. I think it's stealing. That's the title.
That would be rough. Or you could say, like, Carrie steals an old lady's wig.
Exactly.
Someone did tell me to get a job today. You know what's kind of fun about when people tell me to get a job, Carrie?
Is you have a job?
You don't you don't get to say, but I get to say I have one.
And I do this.
And I do this for fun. Okay, all right. I had a comment on a YouTube video, and I try not to, like. I don't get really upset about comments, but they can drive me a little nuts. And the one thing that drives me nuts, and this is gonna annoy people. Actually, this is gonna be great, right? Like, this is gonna be our title, and this is gonna get us our views. What I'm about to say.
Go. Let's do it.
The stuff at people's yard sales that they have thrown about all over on tarps and, in bins that I'm digging through is crap.
Yeah,
it's crap,
man.
It's crap, and they don't like the stuff. They don't want the stuff, and they don't care about it, and they don't care if I drop it 3 centimeters.
Exactly. Here's the dirty yard sale secret. Okay, the dirty yard sale secret is most of these people just want to get rid of crap because they don't want to clean and they don't want to have to go take it to the dump or to the thrift store. They just want to get rid of it. And you know what? If it happens to be
they want space.
Willow that puts your kid through college, then so be it.
Dude, all the time. Okay, I will drop something like that, and I will get like 50 negative comments, and someone will come and be like, "Why are you so rough with people's stuff?" And they'll get like 500 upvotes. I'm like, guys, they don't want this stuff anymore. And it is hard plastic, and it didn't get hurt from that 3 centimeter drop. I had someone comment on a video today, and this is an old video. They're watching my old videos for some reason.
Congrats.
And that is kind of cool. And so this lady is selling several, like, DVDs, things like that, and she's also selling her own artwork, which happens a lot at yard sales. There's a lot of people selling their artwork or their crafts. I'm sure you run into it in Utah as well. And, these were like, I don't know, I think they were probably painted, but they were, very dry, completed paintings that had been completed, and it was multiple prints of the same thing. It might have even been like, it literally might have just been copies of her artwork that she printed out after she did the one original. Like, because there were so many that looked exactly the same. They're in plastic, like, Ziploc type bags, and they're in a pile. Excuse me. They're in a pile on her table, right? Stacked on top of each other. And I'm looking through them, right? And, then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's very nice. You're very talented. Obviously, I don't want your artwork. I can't resell it, so I don't want it. And then I go grab the DVDs. I'm looking, and I find 2 DVDs that I thought, hey, these could be worth a little money. They're charging a very small amount. And we make a deal on the price. And I set down those DVDs, Carrie, on her artwork. And apparently that makes me a monster, because I got this comment today. It's like, how dare you be so rude and place your DVDs on her artwork? And all I did is I put them on her artwork. I took out my money. I handed it to the guy. I take him back off the artwork 10 seconds later. Mind you, they're all stacked on top of each other anyways, Carrie.
Yeah.
But somehow I'm a monster.
You're terrible, dude. That's terrible. Why would you do that? You didn't even think about what you were doing before you did it. Here's the thing. You might want to put the little alarm emoji or something, or have a spinning alarm above my head right now, because this is going to be a sizzling hot take. If you're selling your artwork at a garage sale, or if you're selling your CDs at a garage sale, you are neither an artist or a musician. You are a hobbyist, which is all good. But if that's the main means you have to use, it's probably not working out for you.
They did not care. Obviously, the seller, the artist, could care less. It's just this one random troll on YouTube who had to go in and make my day cranky because she just wanted to yell at me for placing my items on this artwork that was covered in a plastic bag.
It's just I love the that kind of stuff on my videos. I have like one video I did a couple of days ago, and people are debating. People always get in debates when you have a video that gets a certain, number of views, and they just have these long, long debates discussing, the intricacies of whether we're upping the prices of thrift stores or if it's the economy or inflation. And I'm like, man, I'm just showing garbage on a screen. Don't overthink it, guys.
That dude. Okay, so I think there is a subset of folks, and there's nothing wrong with this. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Of folks that watch our videos that are just straight hoarders and just love stuff. And it's just fine. That's fine. But at the end of the day, like a lot of the people you're watching on YouTube who do what me and Carrie do, we're resellers at heart, not hoarders at heart.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of the day, like we want it gone. And so I actually get people upset all the time. If I say, like, again, me saying that all the stuff at yard sales is crap triggered at least 20 people listening to this show that gets 200 viewers. Like, and it's obviously it's not crap because I can sell it and make money. But it's not something these people care about. And it's not something I emotionally care about. At the end of the day, like if I needed money, I'd sell every single thing in this room right now.
Exactly.
In a heartbeat. Like I just don't care about the stuff that much.
Trash or crap is a provocative way to just say stuff. And the truth is, there's very little stuff that any of us really need.
Absolutely, yeah.
and the more you do reselling, the longer you've done reselling, me over a decade, you over a decade, the more you realize pretty much all the stuff around you is garbage. I mean, it's like just a aggressive way to say it. It's just stuff that only has meaning if you place meaning on it. And if you decide to take meaning off of it for whatever reason, then it's just, you can throw it away or you can sell it or whatever. But yeah, I'm in the business of selling. And by selling thousands and thousands and thousands of items and making tens of millions of dollars, I'm assuming I have, I guess somewhere in that range. I just get over it. I'm not.
Do you know what's really hard, Carrie? And you haven't had to go through this. Maybe you have, because Dawn has kids, and I don't know. Are they adult children?
They're adults, yeah.
Okay. What's hard is buying Christmas gifts for your kids when all of the stuff ends up at a yard sale. Like just every single $25 toy that you get them for Christmas is just straight trash. It just is. Like it's either broken in 3 days, used for 5 seconds, or it's just yard sale fodder. And like everything they want for Christmas, I've seen at a yard sale over the last couple of years. Like I've seen it all. Like, oh yeah, I've seen that. Yep, I've sold that. Yeah, I've got that in my inventory right now, but it's used. Do you like used items? Does Santa make used stuff? I don't know.
You just got to get a resealer.
Yeah,
you just seal it back up. I mean, when I met Dawn, she still had some kids that weren't adults, and what we decided was just to give cash because they never liked the gifts that we got. So it's just like, here's cash, you get what you want.
Yeah,
it's not as fun or magical. And when I grew up, as one of the younger kids in a family of several siblings, I mean, I was spoiled rotten. But yeah. That's what I did though. I played with my toys for a day if I was lucky, and then they just went in a bucket or a box or something.
You look like you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth.
I did, dude. I did. I was very spoiled.
I do. I enjoy this. I did a TikTok where I talked about a Harry Potter wand that my daughter found at a yard sale. And it's actually pretty cool. It's a Harry Potter wand that is a universal remote control for your TV. So you can program it, and it can actually turn on and off your TV by waving it, right? So you can say, Aloha Mora, and then the TV turns on.
Kind of neat, you want to say. You can just say, Ralph Macchio, and it would work.
Yeah, you could say that. And he's from Cobra Kai and also Karate Kid.
I'm more of the other guy fan, to be honest.
The
Karate Kid? Bad rap. Whatever his name is.
Wasn't Ralph Macchio was the good guy. Who was the bad guy?
The bad guy is the blonde guy.
I thought that was Ralph Macchio.
No, Ralph Macchio's the Danielson.
Danielson, okay.
Did I ever tell you the time that me and Dawn and her daughter, we met Ralph Macchio at the Comic-Con?
Maybe. I probably didn't listen.
We had to pay like $40-$50 to get like a photo with him. And
Hashtag
Dawn was
worth it.
wearing a Michigan sweater, so being he's really good with people. You could tell he's an actor. And he just kept calling Dawn Michigan because she had a Michigan sweatshirt on. It was I saw
smart.
what he was doing. I respected it.
William Zabka.
Yeah, William
That's who
Zabka.
it is. Yeah,
I
I
like
just
that
thought
guy.
of that. I didn't Google it.
I feel like he could beat me up, but he wouldn't because he's a nice guy.
No,
But he
he's a
could.
nice fella. Yeah, he's a nice fella. Except for when he cheated at the end of the, and he hit
But
the
did he?
leg.
He just did what he
Dude,
had to
have you
do.
watched the Will Smith's kid version of that, Jaden Smith or whatever?
Nah, man. I'm not going to waste 2 hours on that
Let me tell you
nonsense.
something really upsetting. My daughter, first of all, likes it better than the original. We're not going to
What?
talk to. Dude, she's 11. Give her a break. But here's the deal. At the end, where the crane kick that Daniel-san does, where he lifts
Yeah.
one leg and he's like,
Yeah.
okay. So in the Will Smith son version, mind you, this makes more sense, like, physically, because it actually makes no sense at all that his leg hurts and he jumps up like that and kicks him with the hurt leg. It
Yeah.
just doesn't really make much sense what happens. But in the Will Smith's kid version, he does a backflip
Wow.
and kicks him from the crane position.
That's pretty
Which
impressive.
it was impressive, but very like, come on, like that's
Here's
not
the
gonna
thing.
happen.
And I'm assuming he probably had to learn how to do karate and everything, and he was struggling, and he went through that whole montage where I don't know
Yeah.
if I can make it, but
Yep.
I made it. And,
Yep. And then he's
but
got
if
a
he could do
robot.
backflip
And,
karate kicks. If he had that ability physically, he would have been good from the start.
You would think
good
so,
enough.
yeah.
He would have been good enough.
Yeah, but
You
no,
don't just
it's
like me and you could train for years, and I don't think
Hundreds of
either of
years.
us are ever going to do a backflip.
I've done a backflip, many
Congratulations.
backflips, but that was when I wasn't fat, so
That's
there's
what I'm
a
saying,
difference.
like,
Yeah,
I don't know if we could do it now.
I actually did see there's this new trend on TikTok where they're doing like the interstellar thing, and they're like hitting the window, trying to tell
Yes.
their past self not to do something,
Yes, I've seen
just like he did in the movie. And there's this guy like 207-pound me telling 170-pound me not to eat that first 5-layer bean burrito. No.
I'm on like the sports version of that where everybody's like 8-year-old me deciding that the Lions are my favorite football team. And the Lions, of course, are a basketball team, which is what makes it funny, Dave.
Can you just not do that, Carrie? Can you
What?
just not talk about sports on this
I'm
show?
not, dude. I was talking about baseball. You don't even know anything about soccer.
That's what? Who's soccer?
Exactly.
Do you know I played like every sport growing up, and I was a wrestler in high school.
Nice. What was your favorite sport to play?
Okay, so favorite sport to play was probably hacky sack.
I just keep thinking of that scene from
With my puka shells.
Yeah. What's that one movie where she's all that? Where
She's all that. Yeah, me and Freddie Prince Jr. Yeah.
Exactly. You just
Yeah.
you had like a beat poetry slam with your hacky sack talking
Yes,
about your
sir.
childhood.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, no, hacky sack was my favorite sport, probably followed by, well, I hated them all. Soccer was the one I played the most of. Man,
You
that's
played
a lot
him,
of
but you
work.
hated him.
Yeah, like, it's a weird thing. It's a social thing, sports. Like,
It's true.
you do it to, like, be with your friends and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, as soon as I could stop and my parents let me stop, I stopped all of them.
Oh man, I would have played sports. I'd still play if I was in better shape.
My favorite now is tonsil hockey.
look, at you, dude. We're like a couple of
See what I did there?
16-year-olds
What?
talking about taking some girls out to see the first Fast and the Furious, which I saw when I was 16. Totally different movie now. It's not
What
even
was
about
your-
being fast
okay.
or furious anymore, by the way.
No, I thought they're crap. I didn't even watch F9. I gave up after
It's just
F8.
G.I. Joes now.
Yeah, I just gave up after F8. I sold a G.I. Joe on eBay today for
Dude.
$25, a vintage
done.
one.
Here we go. I'll take that one step further. I
Okay.
got my eBay working again.
Whoa! We
We'll
actually
talk a
have a
little bit about
reseller on this reselling podcast.
Well, I mean, it was working the whole time. They were allowing me to list and sell, but I wasn't allowed to get any money out until we fixed that name thing. But we finally greased enough skids and talked enough to enough people that it finally got simply fixed. It was a simple fix, but everything simple with eBay, remember this, folks, is deathly hard.
So are you now like rolling in dough because it's been building up and building up?
Yeah,
in
we
your
got a bit of
account?
money coming our way.
You're like-
I stopped
it's
posting,
just like,
though. If I would have continued to post, it would have
boom.
been a lot more.
That would have been fun, like just a
But now
like
I have
Christmas
like a
bankroll.
bunch. I have like quite a bit coming from Etsy this next couple days. Quite a bit coming from Mercari. Quite a bit coming from eBay because I built up Mercari and Etsy, and then Whatnot. I'm rolling in the singles.
Yo, speaking of Whatnot, apparently I noticed today that you can actually send someone like a referral link, and
Yes.
they'll give you like $10.
True. I
And
think,
like,
I
why
don't
haven't
know
we
if they
been
have-
capitalizing on that? We're sending them all their business now.
That's true. We should, everybody go use our referral links. Is that
Yeah.
legal? Can we even do that? Is that an ad? I don't know.
Why not? It's not an ad. I mean, it's just like if you're gonna go to Whatnot and sign up, you might as well use the one in my description on my latest
Exactly.
YouTube
Choose who you
video
like
from
better,
Monday.
Gabe or me. There's only one right answer and there's one wrong answer.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the guy who doesn't do shorts all the time.
It's true. When was the last time I did? I haven't done a short in like 2 days, dude.
No? Okay, so have you done any videos?
I have a video done. I have to voice over it. I got to be in the right mood, dude, because it's got to be pithy.
The
It's
mood
got to be
dude?
funny. That's my new thing.
I thought you were always funny. Are you
Dude,
telling me it's an
I've
act?
honestly struggled with YouTube, especially being way too serious. And same with TikTok, way too serious. And it's probably when I started doing lives with you and stuff that I started going, I should just be myself a little bit more and just see what happens. You know, I've already showed.
Dude, here's the thing. People are sick of perfect people. They really are.
True.
They just want people who are normal like them. They want to be able to be involved with someone and know someone on a personal level. And all this, like, being perfect stuff, throw it out the window.
And I'm sick of it because I'm walking around and people are going, that dude's got his stuff together. Look at that guy.
Yeah, and you know you don't. You're falling apart
And I'm
on
like,
the
I
inside.
don't, look at me.
You're
like,
a
no,
broken wreck of a man.
that dude doesn't look like a train wreck. He looks like he's got his stuff together.
So, you had this really bad mohawk. Okay, that your Dawn sent to me. I'm gonna call you your
Dawn
Dawn.
liked that, by the way.
Is
Dawn
that...
wants me to redo that, which I'm like, that was barely in style in 2014, Dawn.
I'm not gonna get too personal here, but are you like, is Dawn gonna be your Dawn forever? Are you ever gonna get married, or you're not interested in that sort of thing?
We might get married at some point for sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Could
I be your ring bearer?
Law married at this point.
Can I be your ring bearer?
Yeah, you could, dude. You're gonna be the flower guy.
Ooh. So I wanted to show you this picture,
too, right?
And now mind you, this picture is kind of like, you know, useless to anyone listening, but I will put it in like a highlight or something on the YouTube channel.
Put it right there. Is it the one where I'm sleeping? Or?
No. I wanted to show you something that I thought was even more important. It's my version of that haircut that you had.
How old were you in this one, man?
I was like, probably, look at all those pimples, probably 16. Right around 16.
Yeah, that was the thing, though, dude. You had to grease your hair and spike it back then.
And the faux hawk, like it's this wannabe mohawk that you had, because Carrie had a very similar fake mohawk, and you know it's not really a good picture. I want more full picture of it.
Dude, I wish I had pictures of me because I was doing the buzz cut with the steps on the side. I would always shave steps on the side or steps in the middle. Like
well, what is
Stephon
this you got
Marbury.
going here in this picture I'm showing now on this audio podcast?
That's the funny thing. I have no idea when this picture was taken.
This
I was
is some
out cold.
sort of mullet. It's like a mohawk mullet, guys.
It was
that
a
we're
mohawk
looking at
mullet.
here.
It was a fullet or whatever they called them back then.
Yeah.
I was
tired.
Pretty groovy. No, man, that was the time in my life. The big difference between me then and me now is I cared a lot more then. I don't mean like I don't care now, but like I don't take it quite as serious as I did then. And that was the first time I had really moved out of the house, moved in with Dawn. The first time I had run a business by myself. Everything was brand new, and I was working 16 hours a day, not really knowing what I was doing. And I was running an auction and also doing eBay and everything. I was good at it, but it was hard. It was a tough time. I got sick a lot. I never get sick, and I got sick a lot those couple years because I was just never sleeping. And
well, you got to take it easy. It says me.
Oh, I'm much better now. Now, if I don't
easy.
get my 8 hours, I'm just a complete mess.
As I record this after my bedtime.
Exactly.
So, Carrie, here's the thing. I think that I lost my train of thought completely. It's just gone. It's completely
You were
gone.
going to say super nice things about me. And I was going
to say you're a nice fella. I'm really excited about Ghostbusters tomorrow. I can't even begin to tell you how excited
Dude, I wish I
about
was in
this.
North Carolina. I would just tag along since you got a free theater.
I got like 5 extra spaces. So
me and Don could just sit in the back and not bother you guys. Just eat popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, you could eat popcorn with us. We'd be okay with it.
It's okay. I mean, I don't want to bother your family. Plus, it's a bit of a drive.
It's not that bad. Just come. If you leave now, you could get here by 3 days.
Yeah, so it would be a little late. I don't even know how long that would take.
It's freaking far, man.
2 days,
it's really
probably.
far. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I sold some stuff. Okay, so first of all,
congratulations.
I'm kind of trolling my viewers tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I titled my video, "Should I Quit eBay for Macari?"
My new favorite thing with your videos is to not watch it and immediately comment.
Oh,
And then I
good,
watch
good.
it. I do watch it afterwards. But I
Thank you,
love,
thank
like,
you.
because I know what you're doing. You're luring them in with the saucy title, and you're not going to deliver anything. There's going to be no substance. It's just going to be an air taco, an
It's
air
just
salad.
gonna, it's just gonna be me walking around like an idiot, losing every item.
Exactly.
Dude, oh, okay, so let's talk reselling. And actually, okay, I want to talk reselling. I have a couple of reselling things to talk about on this reselling
Let's
podcast.
do it. Yeah.
I am officially losing my top-rated seller status on eBay. Thank you.
It's the worst reselling podcast ever.
So I'm going from top-rated seller to above standard. I think, like, there's really something to my theory of Carrie's bad reselling rubbing off on me. Because I've been top-rated for, like, a year, and then all of a sudden I do a podcast with him, now I'm above standard. Like, what the heck, Carrie?
Here's the thing, man. Yeah, I mean, there probably is something to the difference between above standard and top rated, but I mean, there is a little bit of a difference there, but I think people over worry about stuff. I've sold like 2,000 things in the last 2 months on just Whatnot alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm selling stuff. I'm making money, but there's a lot of ways to skin a deer or a catfish. I don't know how they say
I think
it.
it's a cat. Skin a cat, which is really a gross statement.
Yeah, that's why I don't like
why
saying
is that a thing?
Why you don't skin
There's a
cats?
bunch of ways. Like, who skins cats? Like, who is the person who made this statement? Were they sitting in front of Carrie's house with all those little wild strays just cutting their flesh off?
Overlay like the Google or the Wikipedia entry about that
It's
saying.
weird. Yeah, we should figure that out. Like, this is like Mr. Bigglesworth from Austin Powers, the little bald cat. Let's skin him.
Yeah, maybe if
wear
you're
his
shaving,
skin.
maybe it just means to shave a cat. Like, I don't know.
Anyways, I'm telling you. So here's, from what I can tell, the biggest benefit of top rated seller is you get 10% off on qualified listings. Okay, and it says at the bottom,
What's qualified?
I have 3 qualified listings of my 2,800 listings. 3,
So are
and
you
it
telling
looks
me
like. Go ahead.
it's a bit of a sham?
It's a bit of a sham, but not really. It's the qualified listings are same day shipping items. I think it's same or next day shipping. Either way, I don't do either one. I do 2-day handling. So, because I just don't have time to do that. But really, top rated seller, the only benefit for me is that little badge when people are buying that says top rated seller. That's the only benefit for me. It's not actually getting me any discount on anything because I don't do fast.
I don't think anybody even cares about that anymore. They might have cared in 2001 when you were like, I'm going to burn the latest Nelly song and then I'm going to go aim chat with somebody and then go buy something on eBay. Better check to see if they have top rated. People don't care anymore. I really don't think they really care.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. And I'll tell you why I lost the status. I lost the status because of lost items. I canceled too many orders. Yeah, I canceled too many orders, so my defect rate hit like 0.5 or something.
Dang. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah. But gotta be careful with that, dude. That one's a gnarly one. eBay does not like that.
But what can you do? Like, if you don't have the item, you don't have the item. And I just, I can't find the item. So it was so dumb too, because I did like inventory of all my stuff like 2 months ago, where I went through every bin and I relabeled it and I made sure it was where it was supposed to be. And there were several items that I took down because I couldn't find them. And somehow this slipped through the cracks. It was like a lot of 10 DVDs for $9.99. So
it's always the one that gets you that defect. It's always like a $3 item that nobody, including the person who bought it, really cares about. It's always
it was like an impulse buy.
$1,000 diamond ring, or whatever. That would be a cheap diamond ring, but still.
Yeah,
it's always something stupid.
It's frustrating, but what can you do? And so the other thing I was gonna say is I was listening to another reselling podcast. I think it was, I don't know, it was the one that's been around for a really long time.
Pure
that
Hustle?
You introduced me to. Yes, Pure Hustle. I think that's it. Are they in California?
Yeah, they're good. Good guys.
They have very good audio quality. Yeah. But you know what? It wasn't them. They are good though. I like that one too. I was actually Harry Tornado's one.
The Triple Thrift?
Yeah, Triple Thrift. That was it. And they were talking about. Okay, I officially don't remember which one it was. It was one of those two. I'm like now going back and forth in my head. Maybe they do talk a lot. They're very, very formal and talk about reselling, which, is not quite our speed. But
I think we spent like the first 25 minutes of this podcast just talking about movies and farts or something.
Yeah. Dude, farts. Let me talk about that for a minute. So now, so anyways, either one or both, maybe both, had been talking about like people posting pictures of their shipments Like, people pack up all their orders and then they take a picture and say, these are all the orders going out. And the reason I'm thinking about this is because you did this, like, today, right?
And I
Today,
said it was
Friday,
Friday.
aka Sunday. And I had no idea, but I guess this, like, upsets people. Did you know that's upsetting to people?
People never have. I don't. First off, Dawn did that, and I just shared it.
She's a
Um,
monster.
but then I said it was Friday when it's actually Sunday. That shows you how long I've been full time. I don't even know what day it is. But yeah,
Well, they
no,
were
I think
talking
it's
about
upsetting to some people. I guess I don't know.
it just, I guess it kind of blows my mind, like, what can be upsetting. I don't know if they were necessarily saying they were upset by it, but they were, like, implying that if you do that sort of thing, you're, like, bragging, but it might not be real shipments, or you don't know how much money it is, so it doesn't really matter. But I think people are just excited that they finished their job and they just want to take a picture of, like, their
Sure.
accomplishment. Like, hey,
That
I
was a
did this.
lot,
I'm
lot of
excited.
shipping, and Don did that. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing about whether it's a lot of money or a little money. That's really irrelevant in a way. It is relevant if you're
Yeah.
full time and you're trying to make a living and everything. But what it really is showing is that you're getting sales, and that's
Yeah.
what we're in the business of: bringing stuff in and moving stuff out. If you made a $2 profit or a $400 profit, that does show success, even if it's not a huge monetary amount, because you're moving product and moving
Yeah.
a substantial amount of product. And that's the way I look at it. It's just, Dawn, we shipped out a lot of stuff, and we're really on top of it right now. We're selling, I mean, Mercari, we sold probably about $125 in, like, drinking glasses from the 1960s.
I saw
today.
that, yeah.
I hadn't posted on eBay in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I just gave up posting because I didn't want to give them more money to hold.
Yeah.
And I posted like 7 things yesterday. Sold 2 of them, and then I sold 2 more things. And I had my eBay on vacation time away mode.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
as you do this longer, you start to realize kind of what sells and what price it needs to be at. I mean, I was surprised I was able to sell that much that quick. I actually did something that was kind of crazy, but I was super excited about it. Me and Don had talked about opening a new eBay and starting fresh, and I'm like, we'll probably do that at some point. But what I did is I had 580 items, and some items had sold in the whatnot auction. I wasn't sure which ones. So I just went through and deleted like 500 plus items, I think. And I'm down to 50 right before fourth quarter. Great timing. But really, I
Fourth
went through
quarter's
a lot of
here.
it, and, like, a lot of this stuff is kind of junky.
Fourth quarter's here, Carrie.
Oh yeah, true. Good point. It is all the way through December. But anyway, I'm just kind of culling it. I'm gonna cut through it a little bit and start fresh. So I'm excited about it. It's a lot less stress. And
It's
doing
fourth quarter.
so far. It is fourth quarter, dude. But like
It's the
I said,
fourth quarter.
fourth quarter's not a miracle drug, guys. Just because you have a pair of socks that's been sitting around for 17 months doesn't mean they're gonna sell.
Now in ASMR, it's fourth quarter.
Guys, wait.
I'm squishing a bottle with my chair. He's opening and closing envelopes, listeners. Just, all right, stop.
It's good. It's good podcast.
Anyway, so Carrie, I was just trying to get to this really dumb point. I'm oblivious to people's feelings. I always have been really bad. Like, if I ever go over the line with you, it's because I'm oblivious. I don't know when I'm hurting people and when I'm not. I'm very bad at it. I'm very bad at, like, feeling out people's emotions because I have very few emotions.
Sounds
And
right.
so, like, I was just more surprised that, like, people would be hurt or offended by a picture of your shipments. But I guess that's a real thing. Like, people can get offended because they, like, feel jealous or feel sad that they didn't accomplish that or whatever. Whenever I've done it like twice ever, and it was just both days where I was just absolutely exhausted and just excited to have it done. And I just did it because I was happy that it was done without realizing that that could actually hurt people's feelings. Mind you, I don't know if that would stop me, but I just was surprised that it would hurt people's feelings, but it can. And, I just wanted to say that to confront you about your really hurtful post today.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
And
really,
I have
don't
this
really
theory.
relate to that. I don't
Hold
really,
on.
I don't really think that way
Carrie?
or understand what. Go
Care
ahead.
Bear,
Yeah.
stop talking. I'm still not done. I think they were all empty. All the packages that you had in your picture were empty, and you're a fake reseller.
I have a bit of a confession.
Okay, you can talk
Dude,
now.
I mean, come on. Like, who would do that? Like, I don't need 200 Instagram likes. I don't need it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a benchmark. Is that a benchmark or a milestone?
Milestone or a
You
benchmark.
so Carrie hit a milestone, and he was sure to remind me 13 times. He hit 50,000 followers on Instagram.
It was a celebration, man.
It was a Care Bear.
You got to remember, I'm teaching you to do stories, and you've been doing more stories, which is
Ugh,
good.
not much though.
Yeah, you should just do them every time you have one of your stupid little thoughts, and don't take that offensively because I meant it nicely. Your stupid, worthless thoughts.
Okay.
Whenever you have those, just put the camera on your smug face
Yeah,
and
it
just
is
talk.
smug. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just do it. I
yeah.
think honestly, I don't want to be rude to people, and they're congratulating me, so I'm going to throw. I like to put their their at or whatever, so people can
Dude,
click on them hopefully as well.
that thing you do. Okay, so Carrie does this thing where people will post, and he'll like repost it with like links and stuff. I have no idea how to do that. I've tried to do it. No clue. Every now and then you'll do something and it'll show up in our chat and there'll be a button that says like repost to your story.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
That's fine.
And I do that. It's awesome. But like if someone mentions me, I have no idea. Like people are like giving 10 resellers a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I don't it's like if I'm like I'm technically intelligent as far as like I'm tech savvy. That's the word I'm looking for. Except for with Instagram and Facebook. I swear I am the worst Facebook/Instagrammer in the whole universe.
I'm like, once I get into something, I get really good at it, but I'm not into a lot of stuff. Like I didn't understand Instagram probably I didn't even do a story, maybe like really, really do stories until like about a year ago. I did a couple at first just because I kind of was playing around with it, but stories I love. It's like, I think stories, once you get into it, you're going to be obsessed with stories. In my opinion, the way you do content, I think it fits your personality really well, honestly.
I just like, so I've always had this thing, and I think it started when I was in sales, because there was a while where I was in sales at my job, and I had to try really hard to turn off work at the end of the day because it was so stressful and it was so overwhelming that I ended up getting really good at turning off work. So when I'm not in the garage doing my thing, I am totally turned off, like not even thinking about eBay or reselling or anything. It's weird. Like I can completely separate. And like you're always seemingly thinking about reselling no matter what you're doing. So you always can like say, oh, this is this and this is that. And like for me, I have to like consciously decide, oh, I'm going to go create content. It's a weird thing.
It's a little bit of a habit and also probably a flaw of my own because I am a little bit OCD about it, obsessive about it. I get into it and I go, but I mean, most of the things I do for fun are reselling related. Like what me and Don do for fun is go to thrift stores. That's our enjoyment. That's our like.
Well, and I don't
that's
have
not
time
the
for
smartest
fun
thing in the world, but it's what we dig.
I don't have time for fun normally. On a normal day,
Me either. Yeah.
I wake up and I work my day job, and then at the end of my day job, I ship and I list, and then I go to bed, and like I try to fit being a father in there, like, and so like there's every now and then like I'm getting to go to a movie tomorrow. I'm super excited about it because it's not something I get to do very often. I went and saw Dune the other week, which was exciting. That was like my first movie in a very long time at a theater. Not because I don't love movies, I just don't have time. So tomorrow, okay, so here's what I've done. I've got a sneaky plan to create stories. And this was literally the whole plan, the whole scheme is to create a story is I'm taking my family to a really cool spot tomorrow called the Bargain Barn. And the Bargain Barn, oops, I shit my chair. The Bargain Barn is like a little thrift shop. It's not even a thrift shop. It's more like a bunch of antique booths inside a giant barn. I don't know if you've ever tried picking places like that. Do you have those
tough.
in Utah?
They're tough. They're typically pricey, but yeah.
This one is not bad. So this one is not bad, and I usually can find at least a few items to make money on at this place, this Bargain Barn place. So I'm going to take them there tomorrow, and maybe I'll even take them to the thrift store and try to get some stories. I'm trying.
It was so weird to see you at a thrift store. It kind of threw me off when you were doing like the stories in the thrift store. My first thought was like, look at this dude wholesale ripping off my vibe, first off.
I even said it. I said, I'm going to try to be like Carrie and go to the thrift store.
first off, it's like I didn't. Nobody created anything. Like everything I've done on anything is just a ripoff of some YouTube, and then the YouTube's a ripoff of American Pickers, and then American Pickers is a ripoff of, I don't know, somebody else, right? But
yeah, some other
I
thing.
don't know what.
I don't know what came before. Yeah, something came before it. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to make stories tomorrow.
Play around with it. Just I think. I mean, I could talk social media all day because I really am into it to an extent. But stories is the most dynamic tool, I think, for reselling social content creators or whatever they're called. Because you could do video, you could do pictures, you could do reposts, you could share just a random TikTok, you could do everything within one little 24-hour period, and then it disappears. Yeah. And TikTok's supposed to be getting it any day now. So,
I hope not. I'm not ready. Dude, I did hit 70K followers on TikTok.
Congratulations, dude. On the road to 100K. You know what that means,
I'm excited. Nothing.
It doesn't mean a dang thing. I almost swore, but...
How many yard sales did you hit yesterday?
0, dude. It's the season's over, dude, here in Utah. I did go to the swap meet today, but it was just like 6 people outside, and it was freezing cold. And then
I kind of like the idea of the swap meet because basically the yard sales come to you, right? Like all the yard sales go to the one place, and you just go to that one place and you shop it, right? It's basically a giant
it's
yard
all
sale.
of the yard sale resellers come to you, if that makes sense. It's all the people.
Yeah.
It's that subset of people who flip but don't put stuff online. You know how there's always that group of people who's like, yeah, I'm a flipper, but I don't like eBay. I'm like, well, like it's like flipping in 1980. It's that vibe.
Yeah.
So you get better. You don't get as good a prices. You're not going to be able to steal pans at $3 or $4 a piece. You're going to be paying 6 or 7, and we know you're still going to pay it. When it comes
I am. I actually yesterday we hit 12 yard sales. I went with my brother, my son, and my brother's son, and then we ended up coming back and swapping out the kids for 3 different kids. And then we came back again and swapped out those kids for my sister and one of her kids. And so we did this rotation of all these different people at yard sales. At the first one I went to, I found this big giant Thomas the Train thing that shoots. It's Trackmaster, and it shoots Thomas 3 feet in the air, and he lands on the other side. And we set it up and played with it tonight. It's really legit awesome. And I'm a 37-year-old man, and I still was having a great time with it. And I just turned 37, unlike you, who's almost 38.
Next month, dude. 1 month.
Yeah, so that I got it for $5, and it sells for $150. So that was a pretty good find.
So you're pretty much rich, is what you're telling me.
I'm wealthy. Okay, let me tell you this funny story. So my brother, he works up in Connecticut. He's a pipe fitter, as you know, like your significant other was before she quit, like a big quitter. Actually, her union called me to talk about her quittiness. I didn't know if you knew that.
Well,
and I think she listens, so now she knows.
First off, I got to teach you a little bit about unions. It's called dragging up, and you basically can come and go as you please. So she could go back and probably get another gig here in a week if she wanted to. So
she the local
that's a nice thing about a
669?
union is she can come and go as she pleases.
Was she the local 669?
No, I don't know what the heck number they are, dude.
I think that was my brother's union. Anyways, he just left the union. He left the union to start a company with his friend, doing their own thing, right?
Yeah.
And so they ended up going to a thrift store to try to work on their pipes or whatever. And somehow the conversation went to yard sales. And he's technically my brother's boss, even though they're doing this business together. He's technically bankrolling it, and my brother's helping him.
Yeah.
And so he starts talking about how he yard sales every week with his kids, every single week. And my brother's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, I even watched a bunch of people on YouTube do it. There's this one guy I watch who's really good, but he's so annoying when he talks. He's super hyper and blah, blah, blah. He's just he's got a pretty annoying voice, right?
Commonwealth, yeah.
No, okay. And my brother's like, oh, man, I hope it's not my brother. And he's like, oh, your brother does YouTube? And my brother's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I don't know. It could be. I don't know. And so my brother's like, well, is this him? And he shows him an NC Picker video. I was like, well, I can't see his face, so I don't really know. And my brother pulls up my NC Flipper and shows him that. And he's like, oh, dude, don't tell him I said that.
And now you're saying it on the podcast so everyone can know.
So his boss was a fan of, he hate watches me. Because he hates my annoying voice.
That's 30% of, I think
Mhm.
everybody's viewers are hate
Yeah.
watchers.
Yeah, so this guy my brother's boss hate watches me, didn't know it was my brother. And so my brother's like texting him while we're out yard sailing and he said, "Hey, I'm here in the action," and like sends a picture of me walking to the car with my arms full of crap.
Just money you'll never see again,
And this guy, his boss writes him back, he's like, "How much are you selling that PJ Masks thing? I'll buy it."
So that's the thing, dude. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
when you start, this is the beauty of stories. This is the low key secret of stories. And you have enough followers, on
Yeah,
YouTube, and you're going
2,000
to keep
now.
growing on
On
Instagram, where
Instagram.
it'll probably work for you even now. But I like to show what I'm kind of like the raw footage before I do the TikToks, or just talk about something I find. I sell when I go thrifting every day, like I've been doing lately. I sell like at least one thing almost every day from what I find.
But I can't manage it, man. I just can't. I honestly like
I have to
I
ship it
have
right
this.
away, or it's a problem.
Yeah, I forget. Like this lady messaged me about these really bad, crazing, false graph dinnerware things I got. Right, and it's like a butter dish and this and this and that. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, my dad has that same set. I love it. I'll take it. I'll buy it from you, even with the crazing." And I said, "Okay, cool." She's like, "How much do you want?" I said, "I'd love to get like 25 for it plus shipping." She's like, "Yeah, that sounds fair. I paid like $12, so it like doubles my money, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Cool." And she's like, "Just let me know a shipping quote. Here's my zip code." That was a week ago. I haven't done anything. Like I just don't remember. I remembered it tonight when I went to make that TikTok. I was like, "Oh yeah, someone bought these or wanted to buy them." She didn't send me money or anything like that. I'm not like
Yeah.
stealing her money or anything. I just never finished the deal. And that's my biggest issue. Like when people reach out on Instagram wanting to buy stuff, I almost never close the deal. I have the intention to close the deal, it just never works out.
It is a little bit confusing, and I do occasionally like forget things, and it happens. But people are, the cool thing about selling to people on Instagram is they know you. It's like they know who you are. They watch your stories,
They know you
obviously.
suck.
They're understanding of your weaknesses because they're
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
aware of your weaknesses. So,
Yeah.
um, it's really cool. And then you always give them a better deal. Like I always give them a better deal than what I would sell it for on like eBay or
Yeah.
Mercari or wherever I'm allowed to sell at that moment.
I could probably message her tomorrow and she'd still send me the 25
Exactly.
bucks, Um I saw a thing on Instagram where it said it basically was like offering to sell me things and offering me to sell things on Instagram. Is there like a sales marketplace on Instagram
Yeah, I
now?
think they use like Squarespace or whatever the other one is. That's Shopify. I
So
have
is this like
technically
a
have a Shopify, but
viable?
I'm never any good with that back end stuff. So I've never really set up my website.
Because like for you especially, if there's like a viable reselling platform on Instagram, I feel like you could kill it on there.
It's just I don't know. Like when you do it, they want you to hook up a Shopify or a Squarespace, and I don't. I suck at that stuff.
No,
So if
I'm not
anybody's
good at either.
listening and is good at it, DM me. Maybe you can help me out. But I suck at that kind of stuff. I remember back in the day, like 7, 8 years ago, I did a website for our business. Used Bluehost, which is one of the higher, nicer Magento or and Bluehost, and it was a real website, and it immediately got phished. I had no idea how to stop people from attacking my website, so I just wasted a ton, like $700-800, which was a lot of money to me back then. It still is now. And just I sucked at it, so I kind of am a little standoffish on the website stuff.
Okay.
And there's so
Well,
many
maybe
places to sell. There's
I
so many.
know. I
And if I
know.
just did like 20 stories with prices of stuff, I'd probably sell 5 things every day. But I don't want to really annoy people with that. I just like to show people stuff, and then they kind of know it's implied that if you're interested, let me know.
Yeah. I'm gonna sell a lot of hats. I know that.
Dude,
And
you are.
I'm not gonna get much money for them.
I was pleasantly surprised on the hats, honestly, dude. Like I
Okay.
had my corduroy LA Rams hat that had a stain. I was thinking $40 to $60 on Mercari or eBay, and I got like 35.
Okay. That's not bad.
And then other hats that I, either probably shouldn't have bought, or a lot of it was sunk cost stuff. Like I spent three, and maybe I got $3, $4, $5 back, but it'd been sitting for a year, so I was fine with how well it did. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a pretty solid auction, and I got rid of everything. So
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. I gotta be
you'll
honest,
like it
dude.
better than Magic,
The magic.
because you actually
Yeah, I
kind
think
of
you're
know
right.
what you're talking about.
Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. I got two really good sales I want to talk about.
Let's do it, dude.
Do you already have any ready this time, or you're still not ready?
Yeah, I can talk about sales I've had.
Okay,
sure.
so first one I want to talk about is my wife. I was out with her yard sailing, and she found a Jack in the Box that actually was like horror themed. And it's I think I put like an Instagram story or something, but basically it jumped out and it was like a monstrous clown and blah blah blah. That was $3. You know what it sold for in the end?
40.
$86.
Wow. Did you just pick that price, or was it an auction or something?
Tina picked it. I don't know. She listed it. It was a buy it now. Yeah. She said she looked at the comps. We originally thought 40. She kept looking at comps and stuff, and she's like, I'm going to list it for like $86 because I think it's worth that. And it sold like instantly for $86. It was Attico is the brand. Atico. So if you ever find a Jack in the Box and the bottom it says Attico, they're pretty good. Nice. So there's your Bolo. Bolo alert! Bolo! Dude, which, okay, hold on. What does that stand for? Be on the lookout. But that's not Bolo.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah, so that's Botlo.
Botlo. Well, I guess the doesn't count. And then also, alert is kind of redundant because if you're on the lookout, you don't need to be alerted because you're already alerted.
Carrie, if the doesn't count, then why does on count?
It should just be blah.
It should be blah. It should be blah. Blow. Blow. We should change it. Let's try to change this. I think like this is, people always talk about like leaving a legacy and making a change, leaving their mark on the world. I want to change Bolo to Blow. I think from now on we're doing Blow alerts.
I want our podcast to go down in history as one of the best subpar podcasts out there.
Me too.
When you want to be underwhelmed, but also I want people to watch this and go, thank God we're not them. And also, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like it was moderately interesting.
Exactly. I didn't turn it off. You want to be at that level, like where they're almost about to pause it and go to a Rally Roots video or something, but they stop.
Yeah, that Rally Roots guy, I don't watch him, but I've heard of him. Dude, I've never seen him. Is he good?
It's great content. I mean, I don't blame people. If you guys want to turn this off right now and go check out their latest video, it's probably going to be good.
Okay. So the second one I want to talk about is I sold an action figure.
Yes.
It was The Matrix Reloaded Series 2 Morpheus. And he's got his, like, chair that he's sitting in when he asks about which pill you want to take. That sold for $100.
Well, Matrix coming out next month, the new reboot or whatever, so.
Yeah. I sold a lot of action figures in the last week or so, and I am a Mercari professional. The world's best Mercari seller was my latest video title. My next one will be Should I Quit eBay for Mercari? And I triggered some people.
I'm quitting eBay for Mercari and just put like a question mark so that like you're
That's
still
basically what I've done. Yeah, that's basically what I've done on this next thumbnail. So those of you who fell for that, I'm sorry.
But Mercari is super, super easy and I was actually surprised once we put a little effort into it. It's not to the level of eBay, in my opinion, but it's not that far off. And the ease of use is a big plus.
Plush? Oh, it's a big plush. I love big plushes.
It's a big plush.
I'm going to snuggle them.
I know. You don't have more of those tomorrow.
It's the problem, Carrie, is really the managing the cross post. Like I've got to take it off this platform and put it on this platform, and it's sold here. I got to remove it from here before it sells on here. And was that listed over there? Like if I actually had 2,800 listings on both, I would never be able to keep up.
And I've talked about this, I think, in our podcast before, but cross listing is supremely overrated. Mm. If you have a good item, if you have a Michael Jordan rookie card, right, which I know you love sports, and the going rate for a raw Michael Jordan rookie card, I don't even know anymore, $3,000, $2,000. It's $2,000, and you price it at $1,500 or whatever, or $1,600, like really well priced, and you paid $10 for it, right? I could sell that by going outside and putting a sign up on the street corner saying I have a discounted Michael Jordan rookie. I could sell it on Etsy. I could sell it on eBay. I could sell it on Mercari. I could sell it on Poshmark if they let me.
Yeah.
The thing is, the real key to sells is not necessarily having your stuff in more spots, in my opinion. It's just pricing items right.
Yeah.
And being willing to negotiate with people and moving your items, sometimes at a discount so that you can move them quickly. Dawn's been playing with cross-listing a little bit, doing it manually between Etsy and Mercari, but that's only for like super high-end stuff.
Yeah.
Which we had a big sale. I don't know if you saw that Wedgwood I sold, or she sold.
You told me it was the urn or whatever.
It was like an urn style statue.
Yeah, it was like in your front yard, like asking to be stolen.
Literally, we got it at estate buyout maybe 9 months ago. Sat in a box on our front porch for some reason because we're major pickers. We just leave boxes of stuff outside our house. It just sat there for months. Then we brought it to the store. It sat in our middle room for like 6 months. She took it out. She made sure to remind me that I told her we shouldn't buy that. It was a waste of money. Very, very kind of her. And then she realized how much it was worth, $300, and we sold it on Etsy in 2 days for $300.
Wow.
So,
okay, so, and listen, I'm not just sitting here waiting for you to finish talking so I can have a turn talking. I'm not
of
that
course,
selfish.
no, you wouldn't dare.
So I'm not going to just randomly change the topic away from that really interesting thing you
that's
already
what I
told
do.
me.
That's what I do.
But you did already tell me that twice, and so that's why I was a little zoned. But the viewers might not have heard it.
Yeah, they might not have heard.
Yeah, I think it's good they heard it.
If they're following only you for some reason and not me,
then they wouldn't have known. Yeah,
they wouldn't know.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you that my update on the action figure buy, my sales are right around $840 so far in action figures from that $300 action figure buy. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
How much do you have left?
A ton. Outlandish quantity. You can see them over my shoulder. Those stacks and stacks of action figures up there.
I just see some very maroon and purple lit boxes. That's all I can see.
Those are all action figures. And yeah, okay. And so the other thing I wanted to say is Whatnot's payout schedule takes way too long for sellers. This is a warning if you are going to get into selling on Whatnot. I did my first auction, what was that, like a week and a half ago? And they're finally approving stuff today. That's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've gotten any of my stuff from you yet. I might have. So usually it's at like kind of like Mercari. It's like a day or two after, or when you get rated after receiving the items. So your items are probably going to start hitting tomorrow and the next day is my guess.
Okay. I know like a couple people like Lil Miss Q and Dark County Picker were already saying they were going through it earlier last week, like Thursday of last week.
Wow. But I don't check my mail every day. That's another thing.
Yeah, that seems like a personal problem.
It is.
Yeah. So it's probably in there. I mean, I didn't even send you what you ordered. I just put, a bunch of dog feces in the box and sent it.
No, dude, I appreciate that. I know.
Dude, I got those sports cards in there. You should go grab it and take a look at your sports cards.
I forget that I have stuff in there.
Oh, I wanted to show you something. Here, fill some air for a minute while I grab something. Talk to the people.
So, yeah, no problem, guys. So, did you all know that there's not just 1, 2, or 3 dimensions, but there's up to, I think, 11 different dimensions. So if you're looking at like a cable or like a telephone cable on a wire, you're seeing it in like 2D. But as you get closer, say there's an ant crossing that cable of wire, it's not only crossing it in 2 dimensions, but if you go up close, it could also circle around that. That's going to be like the 4th, 5th, or 6th dimensions. But they say there's up to 11. String theory, I'm fascinated. Anyway, go ahead.
What are these? Are these any good?
Those are 19. Gosh, I have terrible eyesight, dude.
All right, so I'm showing Carrie some baseball cards that are like all stuck together.
Oh, wow. That looks like 2000. What does it say on the back?
19. Oh, they're a bad era. 1988.
Yeah, that's a bad era.
Yeah, that's no good.
They're uncut sheets though. They're the Mets. Do they have Darryl Strawberry or Doc Gooden on?
Yeah, I think I saw Strawberry on there. Yeah, Darryl Strawberry, Howard Johnson, Sid Fernandez, Keith
That's
Hernandez.
a good era of Mets. I personally think that that'd probably get 5 or 10 a piece plus shipping. Honestly, which is not bad for that era.
Yeah, and the other one is the same. I think Sid Fernandez, Keith Hernandez.
That's probably like $5 or $10. That's like a perfect Instagram thing. You just say, "Hey, look at these cards," and somebody who's a Mets fan will be like, "How much?" And I'll be like, 15 shipped, and then they'll be out the door,
Okay. Yeah, they were in. So I went to this yard sale. It was like a picker's yard sale yesterday, and they had this big giant tote of ephemera, which is like old paper goods, guys, if you didn't know. And they were asking $1 per item. And I saw those cards in there. I saw, some vintage train stuff. I've sold like train tax documents and stuff. I've sold those before.
Yes, they can sell.
Usually get like $20, right, for like a year of tax documents from a train company. And so I had some of that stuff in there, and I was like, well, I can get at least $20 for that one. And I said, how much for the ephemera? She wanted $1 per piece. It's a giant tote, probably 400 items in there. And I said, how much for all of it? And she came back with $50. And I said, I'll do 40.
All day. I love ephemera, dude. Ephemera is low key, really, really good.
It's so easy, There was like, this crap Wax Packs Desert Storm.
I love that stuff.
There was like a Topps 1989 wax pack with gum in it or whatever.
Got to
And
eat the dome,
so
dude. It's good
my
luck.
my brother's with me. He doesn't like pick. He doesn't really know the value of things. He's like, "Wow, this is cool. It's sealed. It's got gum in it." I said, "Well, open it." He's like, "Dude, it's sealed." I'm like, "Trust me, just open it. It's fine." And he's like, "All right, cool." He like opens it up. He's like, "Oh, look at that gum." Like, it's pretty funny. It's
The
pretty
thing
funny.
is, there's so much nuance to that, though. Like baseball in general, 89, 88, that's terrible. But if you found basketball,
Mm-hmm.
87, 88, 89, those packs could be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars if you have the right year. So it's there. You're not going to, the issue is, you're not going to see a wax pack of basketball from those years.
It might have been basketball.
If it was, well, it depends. If it's
I'm sure it
80,
wasn't. It was a picker's house.
yeah, it probably
He
was
would
the
have
junk
known.
wax stuff.
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm
probably
saying. Like,
garbage.
you don't need to worry about accidentally doing that because the chances of you coming across that is not very likely. But
I'm like trying to find it now. See where my brother put it. I don't know where he put it. Oh well, I'll have to look later. I'm sure it was garbage. But yeah, he opened it and he played with it. He had fun, so it's fine.
that's good, man. That was probably worth it right there because you weren't going to make much money on it.
No, all my like nieces and nephews like come out to my garage and they're like shopping my inventory. They're
I know how
like,
that is.
they're just like well, because it's like a lot of cool stuff. Because especially since one of my favorite categories to pick is toys, so like there's just a ton of fun things for them to get into. All these old toys and things like that. So like my niece has bought like 4 items from me since she got here. I sell them to her for super cheap. You know, I only do like 10 times eBay value.
You sell them to her. You don't even give them to her. What's wrong
No,
with you?
I don't give them to her, bro. This is America, baby, capitalism.
So I was getting for a time. I was getting those wee bargain boxes, and they were sending me shoe boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really. And they're like Walmart, Target shoes. So they're kind of like they would work at a swap meet maybe, but not really on eBay very well. So I had so many shoes. I had people just shopping my shoe boxes for free, and I was just giving them away. And I probably have about 5, 6 pairs of shoes I've never even worn that fit me, but just kind of
I
how it is.
did. I gave her a poster that I bought at a sale of My Hero Academia. She likes that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave her a couple other things, but then she wanted like 5 manga books that I had listed for like $18 a piece. They're already listed inventory.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, how about give me $2.50 a piece? And so she paid like $12 for 5 books or something. So she did fine.
you
She
are
did
a
fine.
monster.
She
You are
did
a
fine.
monster,
She
dude.
did fine. My buy
You,
cost was like at least 10
you're
cents a
roll.
book.
You have a full time job. You're raking in countless,
Mm-hmm.
countless money on YouTube.
But Carrie,
You
I
can't just
find it's
separate
my
the profit a little bit.
responsibility to teach the children and the youth of our country how capitalism works.
Dude,
And I taught her how to
we're
list them
too
for
old
when
to
she
connect.
finishes
Like
reading them.
TikTok should teach us like the 18 to 24 or younger. That's not really our demo, dude.
It's my demo.
That's the like 18 to 24 is the demo that comes on and tells us we're horrible people for reselling. That's that demo.
Well, it's because they didn't have uncles like me who taught them how great we were for reselling.
It's true.
My nieces and nephews will never say that to you, Carrie. They'll say, "Yeah, you ballin'." That's what they're gonna say.
Exactly, because I am. Because I
She
am.
was actually on our stream, Leah. She was on our stream talking
cool.
to us. Remember?
Awesome.
On the
I
last
remember
stream.
that name. Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, yeah. So she's the one who was in here shopping my inventory. So yeah.
Awesome,
Anyways,
dude.
all that to say, I'm a monster. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag humble brag.
Hashtag
humility.
humble brag. Hazel's.
We're actually. I mean, we give ourselves a lot of crap, but I think we're both pretty good resellers. In all honesty.
Yeah.
The thing is
Speak
about
for yourself, Carrie.
but here's to be completely honest. Here's the thing about what we do. I think, and especially you're very authentic with reselling, and a lot of people just don't show their mess ups. They don't show their flaws or the things they buy.
I actually did see a really nice post, and I should give the person a shout out, but I didn't like write down the name, and there's no way to find something you saw on Instagram. It's very hard to like find a post you saw. A lot of times Instagram does this tease thing where like it shows you something, and you're like, ooh, that looks interesting, but then it jumps down because like it was a while ago, and you're like, oh, I gotta go find that. Yeah. But yeah, this person, some reseller posted on Instagram like, here's 5 screw ups I've had this year, and they like literally put 5 pictures of bad buys they did and why they were bad buys, and I love that kind of content. Like I feel like to get that kind of content, I gotta watch me, which I can only do that so many times.
The thing, like you're doing your kind of like on the fly what sold videos, right? And part of doing that stream of consciousness stuff is you're actually just talking about what's really happening. You're not editing and getting back in front of the camera and showing your $1,700 Willow sale. Your stream of consciousness and Kevin. I mean, everybody does do that more and more now. They're showing more of their failures.
More of their failures.
I think it's important. I think it's important.
Yeah, Kevin was just talking about one recently, actually.
We
Um,
all do. I think people are starting to do it more and more, and I think people are craving that authenticity and craving that the real reseller life and not the
yeah.
American pickers or the
Yeah,
Pawn
the American
Stars or
Pickers, like, where they're just, like, fake values, planted items. Like, people are sick of that crap. Like, when I found out they were planting items in Storage Wars, I never watched another episode.
but yeah, I agree. I mean, I still watched
It
it
just
because I
ruined
was a
it for me.
sucker, but I didn't. It changed completely, 100%. It
Yeah.
became just like mindless entertainment instead of like actually interesting in the way that was.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
that's and I think people like us, people who are really real resellers, and why our kind of channels do well is because people are craving like real reseller not like what does this really go for? What is this
Yeah.
roll of tape that Don's just going to randomly, put in your box of whatnot stuff and give it
Hmm.
away? What is that actually worth?
Yeah. No, I don't think I can buy from your streams anymore. They're too expensive now.
That's a good thing for me, right?
I guess that's a good thing for
Were
you.
you there on Thursday? I was giving stuff away on
I
Thursday,
was
man.
there on Thursday. I did okay. I just like I'm mostly watching you to make a profit, not out of any other reason. And if I'm not going to be making a big enough profit, I mean, there's still profit to be made, Carrie, but I want to make a much bigger profit. I enjoyed buying things from you for like 50 cents or a dollar. I was actually buying from him for less than they sell it for. Like
That's
somehow I was paying 50 cents on $1 auctions.
you were they apparently whatnot the other day had over like double charged a couple times. It came up on my thing, and they gave me a $10 credit, so I got like $10 worth of free stuff the other night in an auction. So that was pretty exciting.
I want to talk about, and this is running a little long, but I do want to talk about this. Whatnot is broken because I have been trying to schedule my live stream for Tuesday night all week, and every time I schedule it, the time is wrong. Like I'll type
Yes,
in the correct time, and it
I
puts the
figured it
wrong
out.
freaking time.
I figured it out last night. So I've had this trouble to the point where I had to get a hold of the head of action figures to actually change the time for me because it didn't stay right.
Yeah,
So that's been happening to me like for a week and a half. Every time I put the time, it just goes back to immediate, or if it's the next day, it goes to whatever time of day it is right now.
7:36 p.m. or something.
So what
Yeah,
you do, this is the hack, and it makes no sense, and it shouldn't be like this. It's a glitch. So instead of typing in the time, like I want to start at 6 and then 30, you just scroll the dial to 6, or you scroll the dial to 7, then you scroll the dial to 15 or 30, because it has a scrolling feature, like a dial feature, and when you do it that way, it'll stick. But what also happens is if once you do the time, if you go and then pick the category like action figures or whatever, a lot of times it resets the time for no reason. This is great, I'm sure, podcast talk for those who want to know the back end of whatnot. But it'll change it. So you actually have to double check once you pick the section it's going to be, the auction's going to be in, and then do it again sometimes. But the last two ones I've done in the last 2 days have both worked perfectly when I do that.
do I have to cancel the show and like schedule a new one because it's not
I
working
don't.
right
I
now?
think you might have to cancel the show, which is another thing when you go to
Which is
check out
great
your.
because I keep having followers who then like aren't following it anymore.
I know, I know.
This is whatnot gripe hour.
But here's the thing. I mean, I'm not one to get mad at that kind of stuff. To be completely
Yeah.
honest with you, Dave, because I think we can both agree that the bones of that app is absolutely amazing. What
Yes.
that app is and what that app potentially provides, especially as it grows, is better than eBay in my opinion in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So if they'll I mean, there's bound to be
They'll
glitches
fix
with
that
something
sort of
that
stuff,
dynamic,
Yeah.
that intense with immediate
Dynastic.
payments. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, I can't get too upset with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to like do an auction at a specific time.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it is
my only
important
issue.
to schedule
Yeah.
your auction.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I mean, actually, it's still stuck at 7:26. I've got 3 people following again. I think I'm just gonna do it at 7:26 p.m. Such is life.
That happened a couple weeks ago where I was doing a late night card one and I met 10:30 and it was 10:44 and I just went with it. I'm like, this is going to be 10:44, whatever.
7:26 is fine.
People are going to be like, why are you starting at 10:44? And I'm like, the Illuminati,
Yeah.
23.
There was like some. Well, we shouldn't talk about conspiracy theories. I was watching
We
Back
should.
to the Future, and there is some weird conspiracy theory about 9/11 in there. I don't know. I saw it on
Yeah, I haven't
TikTok.
heard that one.
Yeah, it's a weird one. You should look it up. It doesn't make any sense. Unless you like that sort of thing, in which case it makes perfect sense. I like to cater to all crowds.
I hear you, man. Pander away.
Yeah, pandering.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about, just have fun, enjoy your life. If you believe that, that's cool.
I can't remember the other whatnot thing. I was going to ask you something else about whatnot, but anyways, we've gone long anyways. And, I got this thrift store thing to do tomorrow. I've got this movie to go see, so I'm pretty excited. And I'm off, dude. I took the whole week off.
The whole week.
The whole
Dude.
week, I'm just relaxing with my family. I'm pretty excited about it. Like, I need the break. I'm not really listing. I'm shipping. I am still shipping. I didn't turn off my store or anything, so I'll continue shipping my orders. And that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really plan on doing... and I'm going to make some TikToks as time goes on. Like, I'll just make random TikToks here and there. A couple a day, probably. But other than that, it's pretty much rest time.
Same with me, man. I'm going down to St. George, like 6 hours away. Going to go to Vegas. Going to spend time with the in-laws down there. Going to bring my Xbox down and probably play some video games.
Are you doing a bunch of auctions? Oh, I mean, I heard... Did you hear about this, like, secret injection of, like, awesome items into Whatnot auctions this weekend?
No.
Listen, viewers, okay? Apparently, Whatnot is going to be injecting items into auctions over Black Friday weekend. Like 100 PS5s. Like, you'll be running an auction, and they're just going to give you, like, a PS5 to auction off or something?
I just want them to give me a PS5.
But I think you get the money from the sale.
Oh, really? I gotta go look
so.
into that because I don't know. I don't know if you're getting emails from like the Magic Card guy or girl who runs that.
I didn't get the email
from the action figure people and stuff, and they usually tell me at the start of the week like what's on tap for the week. And
no, so I didn't get the email. Eric told me. Eric the OBX Picker told me. So you need to maybe hunt this down. He said based on like the way it's going to work, he's going to be streaming every single day this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday or whatever, the whole time of the promotion. He's going to make sure he streams every single day.
If it's Monday, I'm basically doing my Monday auction and then I'm going to be gone. I may bring some sports cards with me down and do a Saturday like sports card auction or something down in St. George, but if I have the time to put something together, but I'm probably going to take, like, after doing 5 auctions last week, I did 5 in 7 days. I'm probably going to just only do 1 next week.
Well, and so it's more so for the watcher, right? So I think, and I don't know, like...
Oh, yeah, no, it is for... You guys should go check out Whatnot. How many people have we got hooked on Whatnot, by the way?
Click the link in my latest video. Click the link in my latest video, because I'll get a $10 referral credit.
There we go. Or just go into mine, American Arbitrage, and give me...
Well, are you using the right referral link, though?
I don't know.
I just updated mine for tomorrow's video. All my other ones don't get me the $10 credit.
I don't even know how to do it.
It was like a thing. It was like a challenge. So I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Don't click Gary's.
You're going to have to tell me how to do it.
No, I'm not going to tell him.
That's what a friend does.
Hence why I'm not going to tell you. Okay. I'm done talking. It's 11:30 and I want to go to bed.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We only have 300 subscribers. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined if you don't subscribe.
If by the next podcast, if we can hit 303, 304, I think that would be a progress.
Carrie's one dream in life was to have a podcast that had 1,000 subscribers.
We
need to help him get there.
Is to have my main account grow. I mean, I'd love for this one to grow though as well.
You have 1,000 subscribers. You got 6,000. Have you held the 6,000?
Yeah, I'm only losing like 10 a day so far.
You gotta stop putting such controversial content.
No, I'm going up 10 or 20 a day. Dude, I can't imagine, like 2 years ago, I would have never thought that I'd go up 10, 20, 30, 40 a day some days. So.
Did you know I cheated to like really shut you out? Did you hear this? Did you see this? Have you heard? We're really bad at ending shows, guys. Hi, we're still going.
Sorry, man.
No, so I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away... Oh, and I forgot to announce the winners today. Dang it. I'll record that tomorrow morning. I'm giving away 10 of my little OSnap phone grips.
Here we go.
To subscribers.
So
they had to subscribe. And so now I've bumped up to 6,300.
Dude.
So.
I knew you were really cruising because you passed me and then like I didn't feel like I was going super slow because I'm almost at like 6,100.
Yeah, no, I only did it to make you sad. Like, that's the whole reason for the contest.
I don't know. The NC Flipper channel doesn't seem like a real channel to me.
It's not a real channel. It's garbage.
NC Picker does. That's like fully formed. Like, you use a GoPro, at least 5 or 6 on that one.
It's GoPro 10, by the way.
I know. I need to get one of those so bad.
Yeah, you should get one. They're on GoPro.com.
Yeah, I'll probably wait till this weekend, Black Friday, and probably just spend too much money.
Is there any on sale?
I'm sure something will be on sale somewhere for GoPros.
Thanks for watching, guys.